I'm Heather Parker. I'm the director of Hooves for Harmony, which is a therapeutic riding program for children with special needs. It's out of Morningstar Farm in Novato, and we provide therapeutic horseback riding for any child that has a special need. We do a half-an-hour trail ride through the beautiful O'Hare Park, and the kids get to just relax and enjoy the outdoors. So the children benefit from just sitting on a horse while it's walking. We don't use saddles, we use therapy pads so that they're in close contact with the horse. The heat of the horse's body helps relax them, and then the movement of the horse mimics a person walking. So it really helps them physically, and then all of the interactions that they have with the volunteers and the other riders really helps them socially as well. The volunteers are amazing. We can't run without our volunteers. They help get the horses ready in the morning. I have one person leading the horse, so they're in charge of controlling the horse. And then I have sidewalkers that make sure that the rider is safe and are in charge of watching for loose dogs or any other things that can happen on the trail and ensure that the rider will be safe on the trail ride.
Yeah, sure. My name is Maria. I'm from Germany. I just recently moved here to Novato. 25, and I'm just graduated college. I did my master's degree in psychology, and I moved here to work as a vaulting coach. And vaulting is gymnastics on horseback. So I teach kids from as young as 2.5 up to 17, and I even teach adults to do gymnastics on a horseback. It's a wonderful team sport. They learn how to balance and just how to be with horses. Heather, the head of Hooves for Harmony, asked me if I could volunteer and helping her out because the therapy riding and the vaulting is kind of related, and then with my psychological background. And so I was totally...
My name is Audrey Trombley, and I just finished my first year of college abroad in Ireland. At my high school, Marin Catholic, we have to have 100 hours of service, so we get a sheet of people to contact, and Heather was under the name for horses. So I started as a sidewalker, walking alongside the horse with your hand to protect the child if it falls or if something goes wrong. So that's how I started. I think a really good experience was watching the kids grow so much. There was one kid, Jake, who came for a really long time, and he was very quiet at first, and then by the end he was so energetic and talkative. It was great to see him grow. It helped them so much, this horseback riding. Kids would come in, their parents would say they had a really bad week, they maybe regressed a bit, and then they would ride these horses, and the change was automatic for some of these kids. They would immediately calm down. Some of them would be so comfortable they fell asleep on the horse if they weren't getting sleep that week, so it was really amazing to see the changes. I think it really made me recognize my love for children and growth. It made me, I want to become a teacher now, and that really cemented the idea that helping kids was really a passion of mine, and it taught me just patience and so much gratefulness to see these families and kids. Heather is absolutely incredible. A woman who absolutely came to Hooves early, no matter what. Her kids would come, her husband would come, a family affair, and it was just so amazing to become so close to her.
I've lived in Novato for a long time, and I've always loved horses, and I found a horse here at Morningstar Farm who needed a little love. So I began working with him and noticed that Heather was running Hooves for Harmony on Sunday mornings, and I just sort of fell into it. And I love children, and the children are, oh my gosh, they're so great. You walk up, they're so happy to see you. They've got huge smiles. They have such confidence, to climb up on the back of horses. It's very rewarding for that reason. They have running commentary. They are like a...
They spot a lot of things.
They spot things like leaves, birds, deer,
Yeah.
and horse poop.
Horse poop. There's always a lot of horse poop.
Hi, my name's Mina Anderson. I'm a student at University of St Andrews in Scotland, and for the 4 years throughout high school, I volunteered with Hooves for Harmony every Sunday. I've been riding at Morningstar for 12 years, and I heard that it had moved in, and I was really interested to see what it was all about. I ended up really connecting with Heather, and I enjoyed every week of it. I started out at the beginning, brushing the horses and helping sidewalking, so walking beside the horses with the riders to make sure they're safe and to talk to them throughout the trails. And I ended up starting to train volunteers a little bit and help introduce them, riding behind riders that needed that extra support and leading horses. Damien was a rider that rode with Hooves for a bit over a year, a few years back, and I would back ride for him every week as we went on the trails, and he was so smiley and so lovely. Hooves for Harmony has the most fantastic community as far as volunteer organizations go. There's families that come back every week, and the volunteers that are regular, and Heather, as well as just being with the horses in the outdoors. It's a great way to spend your morning and a great group of people to be with.
My name is Jill Parker. I have a little guy who's 6 years old, and he's participating in the equine therapy ride every Sunday. He is on the spectrum and has several behavioral challenges. He has trouble focusing, regulating due to past genetics and past trauma. Unable to sit still, focus, regulate his behaviors. He has gotten aggressive in the past and violent, fearful, anxious. Tristan really looks forward to the therapy ride every Sunday. He's a little nervous and quiet when he approaches the horse, and once he's on Shamrock, he's comfortable and happy. And when he returns from the ride, he's beaming, glowing, smiling, and just stable and regulated the entire day. And often into the week, 3 or 4 days at a time, the teacher himself can even tell whether he's missed a ride due to rainouts or has had a ride. He said, has he not been on the horse for a while when he's struggling to focus in school or not be afraid or anxious? Heather's been so great for my kids. Even when there's a cancellation, we live real close, and she'll send me a text, and I'll just bring both of the boys right up there if there's room, and it just makes such a difference for both of my kids. I really want to thank Heather Parker. She's amazing. She goes above and beyond to make sure that kids in need are able to participate in this program. Other programs in the area have such long wait lists and are almost impossible to get into. And Heather does this out of the goodness of her heart, and she's amazing.